Hey ladies, thank you so much for watching me live while I do this tutorial. I'm really excited because a lot of you have asked me for more videos about curly hairstyle, specifically like how to plait or how to French braid your hair. So today that's what we're doing. So if you're watching me live, type live in the comments, and if you're watching this on the replay, will you type replay in the comments? So I want you guys to try this style out with me, and I want you to share this video if you have friends who you think have been wanting to learn how to French braid or how to plait their hair. It was really hard for me to learn. I think I did my first one when I was in high school, but let me just reassure you that with time it gets a little bit easier and easier. So what you're gonna need to practice the style with me, and if you're just joining in, please type live, let me know you're here, let me know what questions you have, and I'll answer them later when it's done. But what you're gonna need to do this video along with me, to do this style along with me, is freshly washed or co-washed hair. You're gonna need some leave-in conditioner, you're gonna need some mousse, and you are gonna need a hair tie to tie your hair off at the end. So if you guys are just joining in, we're gonna French braid our hair today. I hope that this video is helpful for you, because I know I struggled for a long time with learning it myself, and I first learned how to do this style when I was in high school, except for like YouTube wasn't a thing, Facebook videos weren't a thing, Instagram videos weren't a thing, so I had like the pain of like having my mom teach me, and she was just so quick, like, and the braid was done. I'm like, Mom, I can't follow that. I don't know how to do that. So I wanted to come on here and really teach you guys how to French braid your hair, and it's something that I actually really haven't taught anyone before, but I thought I would try my hands at teaching, right? I think teaching is really fun. So tonight I washed my hair with the smoothing line, and I also used the color enhance line since it's been like since February since I've got my highlights redone, so I wanted to get rid of some of that brassiness. So I have freshly washed hair, and I just plopped for maybe like 10 minutes in a microfiber towel just to get rid of that excess moisture. And if you don't know what a microfiber towel is, it's really nice. It causes less frizz than a conventional towel. You could plop your hair in this, or you could plop your hair just like in a wet t-shirt. It's really great for reducing that frizz. So having freshly washed hair will give you smoother braids, which is why I suggest it, and I really recommend, before even starting this out, going ahead and finger combing or combing some leave-in conditioner through your hair, which I actually already did before I plopped in the towel, but it's really gonna help with the smoothness of the style, and it's gonna help the style last longer without so much frizz. So what's nice about putting your hair in braids or plaiting your hair, and if you don't know, a plait is the same thing as a braid. I actually had to look it up because people kept asking for videos on how to plait your hair, and I was like, I think plaiting and braiding is the same, but I'm not quite sure. So what do you say? What did you grow up using? Did you grow up using the term plaiting, or did you grow up using the term braiding? I'm just smoothing a little bit of mousse in my hair, especially along these edges, because this is where the frizz is going to start to form first, and I have a lot of baby hair. I've been like growing out the sides of my temples, so I like to smooth it down so that it doesn't get in my way. Some people actually take a brush and smooth this baby hair down. I just like to do it with my hands, and we are gonna do 2 plaits. Yes, Lauren, braiding. Oh, you use the term braiding too. Cool. So I did too. I've never heard the word plaiting, I think, until I was even an adult. But we're gonna do 2 braids. We're gonna do one on each side, just because I think it'll be easier for me to show you than if I did 1 braid down the back. And to do 2 braids, you're gonna want to make a part somewhere. So depending on how you like to part your hair, that's how I would part it for this braid. I don't usually use a comb to part my hair, but since I thought I was doing this on video, I should try to get an actual straight part instead of one that's crooked. So I'm gonna part my hair to my left, and I'm just taking this comb and creating a straight line. And I'm actually not even going to try to part the back, because let's be honest, I can't see it. And if you're staring at the back of my head, you might as well come around to the front and say hi. That's my philosophy. So I'm going to part this down, and I'm actually doing a straight part down the middle instead of like a twisted part down the middle. But I like to do my part to the side just because that's my preference. You could do it straight back, but I actually think it'll be easier for me to show you this style if I part my hair to the side, and I might even do it a little bit more, just for the ease of like showing you what I am talking about. So have you ever braided your hair? If you have, type me in the comments. I think it's a really fun style, and I think it's really fun, especially if you have little girls, because they can go about running around all day and you don't have to worry about them coming home with their hair a crazy mess. So to plait your hair, the main concept is you're doing a braid with 3 pieces of hair. And with these 3 pieces of hair, you're going to incorporate more hair into your braid as you go. So I'm starting out with 3 kind of big pieces, and bear with me, I've never done this braid on video. Yeah, you just did it this morning, Lauren. I mean, I love this. This is probably my go-to hairstyle out of everything. I've never done this on video before, so please bear with me. But if you see, I have 3 pieces of hair in my hands, and the size of the pieces that you choose really just depends on if you like large braids, if you want a smaller braid, if you want them looser, or if you want them tighter. If you want them looser, pick bigger pieces. If you want them smaller, pick smaller pieces. So do you guys like big braids or small braids? I think I prefer mine kind of like medium. So in time, you'll probably learn to hold all 3 pieces with one hand, but for now what we're going to do is take this piece that's closest to our forehead and twist it over this middle piece. So there's actually 2 types of plaiting. You can do plaiting where the braid actually kind of pops out at you, almost like in 3D, and you can do one where it's like really tucked into your hair, and we're going to do one that's more tucked in. So we have that piece now in the middle, and we're going to flip the piece over from that far side into the middle. So it takes some dexterity with your hands, because if you notice, I'm switching back and forth the pieces between my hands, and now I'm just trying to get a tighter hold on my braid because I want it to be kind of tight. So if you guys can see, it's probably hard because my hair is so dark, but I'm trying to pull this tight so I get a tight braid as I go. With this piece that's in the front now, I'm going to use these 2 fingers, kind of like a claw, and grab a little bit more hair. Maybe I'll move in closer. So I grabbed a little bit more hair, and again, I'm going to twist that to the middle. And I'm taking that hair that was in the middle here into my other hand. I'm going to hold it. This is like my placeholder hand. And now, this hair at the end, I'm using again my thumb and the finger next to it like claws to grab more hair. So I'm just going to grab that hair that's closest. I think that'll be easier for you starting out. I kind of smooth my hair as I go, and then I pull it tight in the middle. So you guys, if you can't see this at all, please let me know. Maybe next time it'll help me to make a more clear video. But I hope this is helpful, and we can actually turn up the light. Or maybe turn it down or turn it up, who knows. Okay, so we're gonna keep going, and I'm gonna turn to my side so you can see what I'm really doing. So I'm taking these hands, these 2 fingers, I'm pulling more hair toward the front. Just a little bit of hair. Get rid of this extra hair. And I'm going to twist it over again and trade places with that middle bunch of hair. Okay? You're going to see that you get strands of hair that want to get lost and confused. Go ahead and move them out of the way as best as you can. Take this far piece of hair and twist it over the middle. If your braids don't come out good the first time, that's okay. It's all about practice. Maybe do this style on a night when you like have nothing to do and nowhere to go, and practice until you get better. Again, I'm taking this front part, twisting over towards the middle. So one reason why I really like putting my own hair in plaits is if I'm on a stretch at work, or I just have a week where I know I don't want to have to deal with touching up my hair. I don't want to have to deal with reviving my hair on a daily basis. Or if my hair, like next weekend, I know that I'm going to be in the sun, at the beach, on the sand, I'll probably put my hair in braids again, because it's a really protective style. Putting your hair in braids helps it hold moisture, which is really great for curly hair. And if you guys are just doing it in, will you type live in the comments? Let me know you're here. If you're watching this on the replay, type replay. So we're going to keep going. So we're going to continue to pull hair into the strands that are on the ends, like, you know, these two outside pieces. Those are the pieces that are pulling new hair. So I pull new hair from the front, the edge closest to my face, with my dominant hand, and I'm pulling hair furthest from my face with my non-dominant hand. Now, if you find that it's difficult, oops, see, even I get confused. If you find that it's difficult to keep the 2 sides of your hair separate, you know, this is going to be one braid, this is going to be one braid. If you find that as you're braiding, as you're plaiting, it's hard to keep these 2 sides separate, you could go ahead and put this side like in a ponytail so it stays out of your way. Let's see. And we're going to keep going. And I'm going to switch to the other side. Let me turn so you guys can really see this. you're just gonna keep going. Now what's really nice about this style is that you can make this braid point more towards the back of your hair, or you can make it point more towards the front of your face. It kind of just depends on what you want and what you prefer. It's too bad that I haven't got my blonde touched up. I think it would be easier to see this if I had. But I pretty much like my braid to be a little bit closer to the front of my face. Now I'm just doing a full-on braid down the middle. There you go. And because my hair is really curly, I can kind of twist it, and I don't really need a hair tie to end it. But that is one side done. It's really nice. It's really smooth. You could take a little bit more mousse and kind of like put down these edges if you wanted to. You could use a taffy if you wanted. Hey Brenda, thanks for watching. But this side is done. So now we're gonna go on to this side, and they will look different, right? Because I made a part that was kind of jagged. So these two sides of my hair are gonna turn out different. The braids will be a little bit different sizes. This one will probably be thicker than that one, just because I have more hair on this side, and that's okay. I think it adds like a fun little look to your style, and it's a little bit different than just doing two French braids with a part down the middle. So adds a little fun to it. This is personally my harder side to do. It's easier for me if I'm braiding with my right hand holding the hair closest to the front of my face. Oh, thank you, Brenda. So when I'm braiding my right side, my left hand is holding this hair that's closest to the edge of my face, and it's the opposite when I'm doing my left side. So this side ends up being like my kind of funky side. Sometimes I have to redo it, but today we are just gonna get it done because I want to show you how to do this, and I want you to practice. So if you are watching this and you're liking this video so far, please share it with some friends. I think it's a big mystery, like how to braid your hair if you've never done it before, and it just takes practice. It takes practice with your hands because it takes some dexterity, but you will get better over time, and you'll really love your hair. So you guys, sorry if my voice is kind of funky. Haven't been feeling that well today, but I wanted to come on here and share anyway. So on this side, I'm gonna grab probably a little bit thicker pieces of hair, just because I know that this is gonna be a thicker braid. So I have one piece, I have two pieces, and I actually gonna take a third piece right here. And Brenda says, yeah, she likes to French braid her hair like this every day for work. It's a really nice style. It just holds well. It looks good. It looks professional, and it's cute. Like, let's be honest. So we're gonna take this piece closest to her face, and that's always what I start with, the piece closest to my face, and I put that over the middle. Okay, away from my face. Then I take this side closest to the back of my head, and I put that over the middle. So you're always going over that middle strand, and you're gonna be switching hands. It's okay, do what works best for you, and know that it's your hair. You can go back and redo this as many times as you need to make it look the way you need, and that's okay. It really takes a lot of practice. And if you guys are just watching in, please type live, let me know you were here live. I just grabbed some new hair with this hand closest to my face, and I'm going over the middle again. So as you guys are holding your hair, you kind of want to hold it and keep it pulled back towards the back of your hair. It's kind of like almost like you're guiding your hair. If you want it to be closer to your face, hold it closer to your face. If you want it to be to flow further back, hold it further back as you're braiding it in. Hey Jenna, hey Bonnie, thanks for watching. So we're using these two fingers to grab some hair way back here for this strand furthest from our face, and we're pulling it in over the middle. You guys, this is so hard to do on camera. Okay, I hope you can see this. I'm sure my arms are all in the way. And again, we're gonna pull some hair closest to the front of our face and go over that middle strand. It's okay if some hair gets lost and misplaced between the braids. It's okay, I promise. It'll still probably look good. And if you ever have flyaway pieces, you can just tuck them back in with bobby pins. It happens to me all the time, and I've been doing this for a really long time. So I don't know if you can kind of see this braid start to form, but I actually want it to be a little bit closer to the edge of my face. So I'm gonna see if I can pull it there just with how I'm holding it in my hands. Yeah, Jenna, go back and rewatch this after I post it. I hope it's helpful. And you guys, if this is helpful, please share it with your curly friends. Okay, so I can already feel I have some stray hairs, but I'm okay with that. So we're gonna continue to pull from these sides over the middle to get a thick braid. And you guys, I can already tell that this braid is so much thicker than my first one, and that's because of how I parted it. I parted it towards the side, which just because of that gave me more hair on this side of my head. So I'm continuing to pull fresh pieces and incorporate them into those outer parts of the braid and pull it back. Woo! Starting to sweat, girl. Starting to sweat. Okay, so we'll keep going. And if you notice that it's taking you a really long time to do one side, especially in the beginning, you might want to retouch up the other side with some water or some more leave-in or some more mousse before you start doing that second side. Okay, we're continuing to pull new hair in. And if you guys are just joining in, I want to show you. We have these 3 strands of hair. That's the basis of a French braid. You have 3 strands, and these outer strands are incorporating new hair. You use these 2 fingers, your thumb and the one closest to it, to pull in new hair as you go. And sometimes you get tangles, that's okay. Especially if you have curly hair. So much easier to do on straight hair, so much easier. So now I'm getting towards the end. I don't really have that much more hair to pull in, but I'm still gonna try. So I have this piece of hair, I'm using these 2 fingers to pull in some new hair and bring it down. Towards the back of your hair, you'll notice that it's hard to get this braid tight. So as you readjust with your hands, just like pull it tight, like yank it tight. And if you're doing this on a kid, don't yank too tight, they'll probably scream at you. Okay, yay, I feel like I don't have much of this hair, I just have this crazy baby hair in the back. I'm gonna try to pull that into one of these braids. And then I'm gonna finish it with a braid, with a regular braid all the way down. The only thing that kind of sucks about doing French braid when you have your hair colored is that as your color grows out, oh my god, you can see it so bad. So my color is really grown out. Look at that. I haven't gotten it done since February, and it's probably, I mean, it's completely like grown out. It's crazy. It's got to be at least like 3 or 4 inches. Oh my god. Okay, yes, I hope this was helpful, you guys. I know it was really hard to show in the video, but I hope that you were able to see a little bit of what I was doing. I'm just finishing this braid off all the way down, and then and my hair is actually completely dry down here because it took me so long to do that. So I would re-wet it if I was by a sink, but since I'm not, I'm gonna put some of my oil that I like in my hands, just like a couple drops, and I'm gonna just finger twirl this bottom to like finish it out. So if your hair is curly and you're doing these French braids, show us a picture when you're done. But if your hair is curly and you're doing these French braids, the beauty of curly hair is that you might not have to use a hair tie at the bottom. You can just put a little oil in your fingers, which is great for the ends of your hair, twirl them around and like get a finished end. And what you should also know if your hair is curly is that if you're doing this at night, the next morning when you wake up, your braids might be shorter. Our hair shrinks, right? Our hair shrinks as it dries. So right now my hair is like to here, and I guarantee you when I wake up tomorrow, it's probably gonna be like here. And my braids will be a little bit more puffy just because they dried and got rid of some of that water and like shrank up a little bit, but it'll still look good. To maintain this style, you want to keep your hair covered at night, so I would sleep in a bonnet, or I would wrap my hair. If you guys have a satin scarf, a satin head wrap, I would wrap my hair. It's gonna really help to keep your edges down. It's gonna help to keep the frizz away. And if you find you have these little pockets like this, sorry guys, I'm like stuffy. If you have little pockets like this, what you can do to like fix this is to try to tuck it into your braid with a finger, or you can use a bobby pin and tuck it in. I didn't have one with me, but you can use a bobby pin and like tuck it in. So if you have this baby hair, isn't baby hair such a pain in the ass? Who has baby hair? Type baby hair in the comments below. What you can do with this baby hair, a lot of girls like to gel it. I don't. I prefer to take some oil because the oil is helping my hair grow out and grow out this baby hair. Hey uncle, thanks for watching. So I like to take some of the oil and just smooth down that baby hair. Number one, it's gonna help it grow. This hair oil has extract, some clover flower extract in it, small enough to be healthy and but great enough to like stimulate new hair growth. And smooth it down. You can use a brush. You can do like those girls in the 80s and do like twirls with your baby hair, or you can take a little bit of mousse too, which is probably what I'll do. Just like the teeniest bit of mousse. You don't need a lot. Teeny bit of mousse, just to also smooth it down so it doesn't like fly up at you. It's crazy, you guys. And I remember in middle school and high school, these boys used to tease me and tell me I had like a 5-finger forehead. Baby, I'm at 4 now, okay? 4-finger forehead, not 5. Hallelujah. Okay, you guys, I hope this was helpful. Hey, Sarah, thanks for joining. If you want to see more curly hairstyles, let me know. Or just hairstyles in general, let me know. Let me know what you want to see next week. I would love to make this a weekly thing, but I need help with ideas, okay? I'm not like the big brainstormer that you might think I am. So give me ideas about what you want to see next. I'm totally up for doing more styles with braids. I really love braids, and I actually just ordered some of those like gold like little hair clips to try and do like multiples in my hair while I'm on vacation. And let me know what you want to see next. Let me know what kind of questions you have. If something about this style, doing these plaits, doing these French braids is like really twisting you up or really screwing with your mind, let me know and maybe I can help walk you through it. Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful and I hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday night. Try this out, try it on your kids, and post pictures on this thread once you try it. I would love to see how your hair comes out. And you know, this is actually a really great style to go to the gym with if you hate your hair flopping everywhere while you're doing burpees, while you're doing push-ups, or while you're running. So you guys try this style out, show me in the comments, and pass this video on to all your friends who really need to learn how to French braid their hair, because trust me, it's a style that will save us all at some point in our lives. All right, bye you guys.